So, hello students. Hope you are all doing well. So, in our previous lecture video, we had discussed about the variables and data types, and we had seen your concept of data types in detail as well. So, in today's lecture, let's cover your variables concept in detail so that you all have a clear concept on your variables. Okay, so let me share my screen once. We will start our today lecture. So hope it is visible now. Okay, so variables. First of all, what are the variable in your Java? Okay. So, in a local language, you can say that it is acting like a container. Okay, your variable is acting like a container for storing any kind of values. Okay, any kind of values of any size. Okay, so your in Java variable are the data container that save the data value during the program execution. You can store your values of any kind of data in a variable during your compilation type of your program. Okay, so every variable in Java is assigned a data type that is define the type and the quantity of value it can hold. Okay, so if you are declaring any variable in your Java, then you will assign a fixed data type of your every variable, that which kind of data of your every particular variable is gonna store. Okay, so if let's take an example. If you have declare your variable count as an int type, then your count variable will store only integer type of value. Okay, and if you are trying to declare your count as a float type char type, then it will store only a floating value data or a character type value data. Okay, so the value stored in a variable can be changed during the program execution. Okay, so value can be changed. Okay, you can change your assigned value of your variable during the compilation or the program executions. Okay, so let me show you once. So this is your Java file. Okay, if you are declaring your variable count is equal to 1. Okay, here your count variable is of int type, that means it is of integer type. Okay, integer type variable. Okay, so if you want, you can also update your value of count during your program executions. Okay, so let's just print your count here, count, then it shows that yeah, your value of count is 1. Okay, so there are three types of variable in Java. First of is your local variable, second one is your instance variable, and third one is your static variable. Okay, so let's discuss these all three type of variable one by one. So first of all, let's take local variable. So a variable defined within a block or a method or a constructor is called local variable. Those kind of variable which is defined within your method or a function. Okay, those variable are called local variable. Okay, and the scope of your local variable is fixed within that particular method and function in which it is being defined. Okay, these variable are called when the block of function is entered and destroyed after the exiting from this block or function. Okay, if you are enter in that particular function, then these variable are called, and Whenever you are get exit from that particular method and function, then your that particular variable is being automatically destroyed. Okay, the scope of this variable exists only within the block in which the variable is declared. Okay, if you had declare your variable in a main function, then the accessibility of your that particular variable is being automatically deleted. Okay, automatically destroy outside your main function. Let me show an example of your local variable. So this is your main function. Okay, this is your main function. Inside your main function, if you have declare any variable, okay, like let's take count variable. Okay, so here your count variable is a local variable for this main function. Okay, your count variable is acting like a local variable for this main function, and outside your main function your count variable is don't have any access. Okay, because the access limit of your count is only inside this main function. Okay, so if you are taking the value of count is equal to anything, let's take 5, then you can access your count only within this main function. See count, if I'm gonna print my value, then it will show 5. Okay, 5. And if I try to print my count outside your main function, then it will throw automatically an error. Let's try. Okay, let's make any method here. Okay, let me make any method. So if I try to access your count variable here, then it will throw an error. See, count. See, it will throw an error like your count cannot be resolved as a variable. Okay, that means your compiler can't able to find out your count variable, so it shows that your count variable is only accessible within your main function. Okay, this is called your local variable. So your count is acting like a local variable for your main function. Okay, now, instance variable. What are the instance variable? See, it is non-static type variable and it is declared in the class outside of any method. Okay, or a block or a function of the constructor. See, your instance variable is a non-static type variable. Okay, and it is always declared outside of your any method function. Okay, it is always declare outside your any method function, but it should be present inside your class. Okay, so let's take an example. So your main function is here. So if you want to declare your instance variable, then let's take int count is equal to 5. Here your count is acting like a instance variable. Okay, because it is declare outside your main function, it is not inside of any function method or a constructor. Okay, but it is inside of your public class. Okay, so if any variable is present outside of your any function and method but inside of your class, then that particular variable is called instance variable. Okay, and if any variable is declared inside of your method function and constructor, then that particular variable is called a local variable. Okay, so it is called count one is your local variable, and your count is your instance variable. Okay, okay. So if you want to access your instance variable within your main function, then you can't access. Okay, because the your instance variable is outside of your main function. So for access the instance variable to the main function, you have to create the object of your main class. Okay, so see, if you are trying to access your count, then it will throw an error. See, count make a static reference to the non-static field count. Okay? So you can't access because your count variable is not a static type. Okay, and you are trying to access your non-static type variable with your static function. Okay, so you have to create a object of that particular class in which your variable is being declared. Okay, so your count is being declared inside your first class. Then you first of all you have to create a object of your first class. So let's create the object of your first class. First fs is equal to new first. Okay, this one we had created the object of your public first class. Okay, now by using this object fs, you can access your count variable. See, the error is being gone. Error is been gone. Okay, so let's first of all comment on this. Your error is being removed. Now you can access your instance variable within your main function. See, if I will run the program, then it will throw an error. What are the error? First f is equal to new first. What is the error? It shows int count is equal to 5. Wait a second. Why it is showing error? I think it's C. Now the error is being gone, and you can access your count variable inside the main function. Okay, by creating the object of that particular class. Okay, and you can also see. So if you want to use your instance variable, then you have to create an object, then you can only use. Okay, it give you a different copies for the different objects call. So if you are creating a different object of a same class, like first fs2 is equal to new first, then you can access the different values of your that particular count variable. See, here your count variable is 5. Okay, then uh, by creating the first object of that particular class, I can access that particular value. And by creating the second object, you can change the value of your count as well. Count is equal to, I will make it 8. Okay, now I will print it. Okay, s out fs2 dot count, then it will print this 8. Okay, so let's check it. See, so by creating different object for a same class, you can access the different values of your instance variable. Okay, you can change again if you want to create an another object. If fs3 is equal to new first. Okay, let's make it object a new first. So by using your fs3 object, you can take any manipulation in your count value. Let's make it 91, and you can print it as out. What fs3 dot count 91, then it will show the 91 as well. Okay, so for the same variable, for the same instance count variable, there are three different values. So you can assign different values in the same variable by creating a different object of a same class. Okay, so it's told that it give you a different copies for a different object call. Okay, note in instance variable you can store different value for a same variable by creating different objects. Okay, now the third type is your static variable. Okay, so a declaration of your static variable is similar to the instance variable. Okay, your static variable is similar to the instance variable, but the difference is only that if you are declaring your variable as a type static, okay, then you don't have to create any objects. Okay, you don't have to create any object of your particular class for access that static type variable. Okay, see, i had uh I had declare my int count variable as a type static. So now I don't have to create any object for access my count variable inside my main function, because my main function is already of a static type. Okay, and my count variable is also a static type. Okay, so for access my count variable I don't have to create any object. So this is called the static variable. Okay, so see, let's print your count. It doesn't throw any error. Now run a program and it will print 5 here. Okay, so this is called your static variable. Okay, so we had discussed all the three types of your variable. That is your local variable, which is being declared inside your main function method. Okay, and the access area is only within that particular function. You can't access your local variable outside these methods. Okay, now instance variable is that the those variable which is declare outside your main function or methods and inside your class. Okay, those variable are called instance variable. And a static type of variable, that is your variable is being defined at a static type. Okay, so you can access your a static variable without creating any object of your class. Okay, but for access your instance variable you have to create an object of that particular class in which your instance variable is being declared. Okay, so this is all about your variables. Okay, so thank you students, have a nice day, bye bye.